I've watched a video where Marwa is telling his subscribers, his supporters, to stop eating expensive food and send that money to help children. Before you agree with that message, ask a very simple question. Why is sacrifice always demanded from the subscribers and never from the influencer? So that tells us that Marwa himself does not want to maybe take that chance by himself. That shows us that there is a difference between inspiring generosity and using guilt to raise money. Today, we're going to break down Marwa's message one by one and ask whether this is leadership or manipulation. So stay with me till the end, because this pattern repeats across influencer culture. And once you see it, you can't unseen it. Watch this clip, then we dive deep.
Pia school fees. Msikuwa mnakuja nyumbani. Aya. Hata even this young man, it's like $100. For them, a whole year is $300 to take care. Instead of you eating some nice food there some nice food there in America or Sweden or somewhere, you can support a kid here just $100. Maybe in high school it will be more expensive.
Good people, good individuals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village content creator, born and raised in a village setup with no jobs. But at the end of the day, we have to do content creation for our sustainability. Having said that, let me take this chance and this opportunity to actually appreciate my organic subscribers, my supporters, for watching my videos till the end and giving these videos a like. That is one of the things that I'm really happy, because that means they are really up to this task and they are supporting me both directly and indirectly. So for those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment and share this video to other individuals, and remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, anytime I post any video, you people get updated and watch this video till the end without skipping any ads. That being that, also I have another YouTube channel that goes by the name Vibe with the Lumumba, and basically for that YouTube channel I post videos about my lifestyle and village logs. Let us join that YouTube channel. Let us subscribe, like and comment so as to also promote that YouTube channel. That being that, today's setting looks very different because I'm not in the village. I've traveled this morning to another village so that I can show us and appreciate what is taking place in this village within country Kenya. And the reason why I did that is I want actually for us to do what we call comparison about what we see in the village on camera about horse venturing in horse farming or horse breeding, and venturing into livestock farming, that is cattle farming. Which enterprise is most profitable? And having said that, let me talk about today's video before we go to do the comparison. Today I want us to talk about something that honestly it disturbed me, not shocked me, not surprised me, but disturbed me. Yesterday, Marwa released a video telling his donors and subscribers, many of them, the way we know, they come from America and Europe, not to eat expensive food and not to enjoy good meals, and instead send that money to help children in Nyabuhanse village. Now pause right there. Let that sink in. A grown man, a wealthy man, a man who publicly showcases luxury, is telling ordinary people, and when I'm talking about ordinary people, you know, me coming from maybe a village setup. In a village setup, even for me, I used to think that when I hear somebody is coming from maybe Europe, America, those people are super rich. Life there is very easy. But when I realize that those people, even for them, they are really struggling. That is why I'm telling us about ordinary people, who some of them are workers, retirees, and students, to sacrifice their nutrition, their comfort, their health, so that they can send him money. And we are supposed to clap. No. Let us talk. Because in this session, there is something that I'm going to talk about. And you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot tell people not to eat well while you live well. You cannot tell people not to enjoy food while you enjoy Mercedes car, Land Cruiser, exotic horses, and land purchases that most of your own subscribers will never afford in their lifetime. That is not charity, that is moral manipulation. Because if charity was the goal, the first sacrifice will come from you, not them. Because we have seen it most of the time. Anybody who wants to start charity, and history tells it very well. We have had the likes of Gintu, because I've done an interview with Gintu, because one of the things that I wanted to do when I was growing my YouTube channel, it was about charity. But now it came to my sense that when you want to do charity, you must have money, because you have to donate to the community, and maybe after that some people will be chipping in, and that is how a lot of people start. So you can't tell us that the first sacrifice will be coming from the subscribers, not you. So charity does not start in the subscribers' kitchen. Charity starts in the influencer's garage. And when I say this, let me say this. What is happening here is not new. It is a very old psychological tactic. You create guilt, you frame luxury as selfish, then you actually frame sacrifice as love, then you position yourself as the channel through which redemptions flow. Because at the end of the day, you know very well that if this money is going to be sent, it will be passing through you. That is why I'm saying that the channel through which redemptions flow. So now the subscriber is no longer just donating, they are atoning. And when I'm talking about atoning, you know what I really mean. Because if they eat well, they feel guilt. If they don't send money, they feel selfish. If they question you, they feel evil. And that is not community building, that is emotional leverage. Let me ask some few questions, and I want these to be answered honestly. Why doesn't he stop buying luxurious cars? Because we have already heard him saying about he wants to expand the safari package, or the safari thing, yeah, to be having some other vehicles, maybe some other machines to be coming. So that means, why does he stop buying this luxurious car? And why doesn't he stop importing exotic animals? Because we have already heard him saying that he's bringing more and more horses. And lastly, another question, why doesn't he stop developing a swamp villa that drains resources? Because we have heard him talking about he wants to construct a swimming pool. Why can't you channel those money to something else that you are now bringing to your subscriber? Why is the sacrifice always outsourced? You want to outsource the sacrifice so that other people are the one that will be doing that. Because according to publicly discussed figures, and I say allegedly and according to reports, this man earns around 25,000 USD per month. If that is even half true, he could sponsor a lot of children easily without asking a single American nurse, truck driver, retirees, or even students to skip a meal. So why don't you do it? Because you are the person who has brought this issue yourself. Why don't you do it? Because this is the part that people don't want to talk about, when poverty becomes content. Because Marwa has to do all the things, especially to the inner cycle. I don't know why Marwa had to go to Daniel, because Daniel is his driver. Is his we call him piki driver, motorcycle driver, or a rider. Let me just call him rider. Look at Marwa's pattern. When he's bringing all those narratives, is up to something. Because in the same video, we have now seen him plowing in Daniel's farm, so that Daniel's land, so that he can plant some hay. To me, that is not even a profitable venture. Before, Daniel used to plant some corn and he used to harvest some corn. Why Marwa? Why him? He wants to plant a lot of hay in that piece of land. That raises question. And apart from that, you get that anywhere Marwa goes, he has to bring problems, and this problem becomes poverty and becomes content. Nobody asked him that these children needed these. Okay, because children become props, not human being with the dignity, but thumbnails, fundraising tools, and emotional triggers. And the more desperate the image, the more money it brings. And Marwa knows it very well. Him doing the video with children, he knows very well that it will be bringing a lot of fortune, and at the end of the day, he'll be gaining. And let me just caution Daniel. I know you'll be watching this video. What you're doing, you'll regret, because how many people we have seen working for Marwa, and at the end of the day, they actually renders them betrayers. Even for you, your time is coming. Because when we look Daniel very well, Daniel is not in comfort. Daniel is not at peace. That guy thinks a lot of issue. You know, if you look at somebody, you can really judge that this person does not feel happy. Daniel is not a happy man. So now poverty must remain visible, because if poverty disappears, so does the narrative disappear. And Marwa has to do everything. And ask yourself, how many years have these children been helped? How many years has the emergency continued? And at what point does help turn into dependence theater? Let me say this. Let us be honest. This is no longer a fan base. This is a belief. People defend him even when logic collapses. They attack critics as enemies of the children, because I know somebody will be coming and attacking me that I'm criticizing about taking children to school. The emotional bond to actually what we call to meet what Marwa wants to do. And that is what really happened when they have never met. Because most of these subscribers, they have never met Marwa in person. That is not normal admiration. That is parasocial. We call it parasocial devotion, yeah? And when a creator reaches that point, when he can tell adults what to eat, how to spend money, and how to feel morally worthy, that is power, unchecked power. Let me say this. Telling people not to eat good food is dangerous. Good food is not indulgence. Good food is health. And you are asking people to degrade their well-being so that they can maintain an image of generosity while living in excess. That is exploitation wrapped in virtue. Let me say this. Let me say this clearly. Helping children is noble. Sacrificing for others is human. But forcing sacrifice through guilt while living in luxury is what we call greedy, because what we actually see there is greediness. And if the mission is pure, it survives scrutiny, and if the heart is clean, it welcomes question. And if the goal is truly to help children, the first check should be come from your own pocket, not from someone skipping a decent meal in Africa. I am not hungry, I am disappointed, because influence is a responsibility, and right now responsibility is being abused, and that is what we can really tell us. So the way I said, from this point I'm going to show us some good animals, so that we try to actually compare. We try to compare between Marwa's venture in housekeeping and what we are going to witness here. Which one is profitable venture? Niaje? Uko fiti? Yeah. Which one is the most profitable venture? Because actually I've visited a place in this compound. To start with, this is a store where animal feeds are being kept. This is hay. When you see Marwa in his video talking about hay, this is what we call about hay. And you see these ones that are in sack are hay that has been actually it has been cut with the chopper. We have a difference between chaff cutter and chopper. So this is the hay that has been baled from the farms directly. So when I'm telling Marwa, when it comes to horses, it becomes very expensive. Yeah, what is this? Steven. Okay. So when I'm telling Marwa that raising horses, it is very expensive, I want us to watch what is happening here. Then we now know which enterprise is most profitable. You can see there, those are machines. Yeah, that is a chopper. Then we have this is a vertical mixer. Yeah. It is used in mixing feeds. That is what is being used to mix feeds. And you can see this is early morning here in the village, and people are just doing work. This is chaff cutter. Munasiaga hapo. Sawa. These are animals, yeah. So for those who have never seen Brahman bull, yeah, this is Brahman bull. This is a red Brahman, yeah, very big, very huge. And it is still it has not matured enough. You can see how big it is. These are calves. This is a mixing chamber where you can see they're trying to formulate some meals here. They're trying to formulate. These animals are waiting to be fed. Those 4 animals, we already synchronized those animals, and maybe next week we'll be synchronizing two cattle from these ones, because they have attained 300 kgs weight. So we'll be synchronizing some animals here, and we have here the farm manager. Steve niaje? Uko fiti? Say hi to people.
Hello.
Yes, say hi to people. Yes. This is Steven, the farm manager, and you see here work is in progress, work after work. This is a footbath, so you have to dip your legs there so that you disinfect your legs before you get into this farm. So that is one of the hygienic things you have to do. So I'm here in this animal shed. Let us observe how these animals are living in a luxurious life. You can see like now they are really sleeping. Yeah. So this is bovine enterprise, cattle enterprise. Yeah. This cattle enterprise. I'm not going to explain anything because I already have videos where I've been explaining everything about livestock keeping. And for today's session, I'm not going to discuss about that. This is waterers. This is feeder. This is a housing. One day, one time, I would like to be having a very good farm like this. You know, I'm still growing. Pole, slow by slow. This is the older the older milking chamber from here. One animal there. For those who have never seen a milking machine, these are smaller milking machine. I'll be showing us a bigger milking machine in the same this compound. Yeah. So this is milk. Milk is being poured here in this cooler. This is milk cooler or a milk chiller. So you can see how it looks like. So for this farm, the last time I was doing a video in this farm, they were talking about 600 liters. Now they have reached to 1,000 liters. You can see again, these are feeders. These are bucket feeders for the calves. So here are the calves. Let me show us the beautiful calves. Beautiful calves. This one has been born today morning. This one here has been born today morning. That is why it is sleeping. You can see these other ones. They are very healthy. Very super healthy. Okay. This is just a slurry where they put the animals remains. Yeah, the waste product is there. We have more calves here. These are more calves. They are eating. Yeah. Other calves are here. Other calves are here. Then we can see the bigger milking machine is here that I was talking about. Yeah. This is a 10-line system, but so far they have just put some 2-line. Yeah. So for those, this is the vacuum container. This one, vacuum compressor. This is the vacuum container. Then we have the compressor here. This is the exhaust. This is the motor. Yeah, you can see how powerful it is. Then pressure has been piped through that way. Now the milking point is here. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4. Here is where they place the bucket, this space, and they put this one in the teeth so as to suck the milk. Then there is this one. Munafungulia ndume. Buda, mambo vipi? Uko chonjo? Sawa. Munafungulia ndume? Angalia sikusukume. Ng'ombe atakuumiza. Yeah, this is the bull that we have here. This is called Legend bull. Oh, this one is the one that has calved this morning. This one, I don't want to show us the back of that cow because it still has the placenta, so I don't want to show it on camera. So guys, the reason why I was showing us these animals is these. Let us compare between these enterprise and what Marwa is doing at the village. Yeah? From this enterprise, all of them, they're being fed. When I'm talking about feeding these animals, yeah, you have to feed them on hay and everything. But what is the outcome? Like here, in a day from this animal, and take it from me, you see all those horses that Marwa brought to the village. In the same expense that you could bring around more than 20 animals that like this farm started with like 20 animals, yeah, and look at the way where they are, because you can see calves. After every 9 months, you get calves. So that means your money that you used in this investment, your money is still there, and it is growing very rapidly. And every year, you'll be having a calf. What about horses? It will take you 3 years to get one calf. But from this livestock enterprise, you get that every year. When you do synchronization and when you feed your animals very well, you get that every year you'll be getting a calf. That is one of the things that I'm telling you. This enterprise is very profitable. Leaving that aside, these animals eat daily. Your horses eat daily. But when you look at this enterprise, you get milk daily, more than 1,000 liters. And the place is in Rift Valley. But here back in the village, you have a lot of plot that you can do a venture like this. Just plant feeds, plant plot. Then you employ, like here, they only have like four staffs because machine is doing the entire thing. Yeah? Milking machine. It is only feeding, mixing the feed, and all those feeds are being chopped by the machines. So that tells us that this one, because you get milk like 1,000 liters every day, and a liter of milk goes for around 60 bob. 1 liter. That is in the Rift Valley. But that in our village, you get it at around 100 shillings. So that means when you have 1,000 liters, you'll be getting around 100,000 every day. What about per month? That will be around 3 million. Yeah, it will be around 3 million per month. So cutting all the expenses, let's say it takes 2 million, you remain with 1 million every month. So which enterprise is very profitable, because horses eat, but at the end of the day, we have to do arithmetic and we have to sustain that everything is working. Is it a positive trajectory or a negative enterprise? Because to me, horses is just something like okay, it is there just for luxury, nothing else. Because a village like Nabuhansi, spending those all coins so that you can get horses, you could maybe do some wood enterprise like this, then you get a lot of money from that. That being that, let me end my today's video from that point. Goodbye.